What's up guys, it's Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. Today we're talking how to get bigger legs. I'm going to give you some tips that are going to help, and they're coming straight from the king of quads, Jesse Lako.
That's damn right, it's the king of quads.
I can't believe I'm saying, look, this was Jesse, the one we used to love actually, right? Before the head got as big as the legs. And this is actually Jesse's legs now. He's built bigger legs, there's no doubt about it. And Jesse was the perennial hard gainer who had a real hard time building legs. So what I want to do today is share the tips that Jesse has used that have allowed him to build his legs up and allow you guys to make the same progress. All right, so let's start breaking them down one by one. All right, now the first thing you're going to want to do is something that actually is contrary to one of the belief systems that I grew up on, and that was Mike Mentzer's heavy-duty training. Jesse doesn't even remember that, but what Mike Mentzer believed in was that if you were following the old workout routines of the bodybuilders, 30 and 40 sets, 2 and 3 hours long, the best thing you could probably do is cut back on your training to see better results. When it comes to leg training, when you're trying to get bigger legs and it's not working for you right now, I'm always going to advocate the opposite. You actually want to add to what you're doing.
Yes.
So that means add a second leg workout to whatever split you're following right now.
Which was, I was doing a push-pull legs. I added another leg day.
On the weekend?
Yes.
And then
and
what
total
about
body? I was doing that 3 days a week, and I added, again, on the weekend, an extra leg day.
Right. So curtailing the volume a little bit on that last total body day, realizing that you're going to have to accommodate that additional leg workout on the weekend. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to have to do here is to take a leap of faith, as Jesse did. And that is, you need to flip the script on your leg training currently. Look, I know that the recommendation you've probably been given is to focus on a lot of heavy squats.
Right.
And that is an effective method until the well runs dry. Right, until you need something else, and you can't continue to make the gains that you've been making because you can't keep increasing your strength levels. But this is where you have a great opportunity, because if you haven't done what I'm going to suggest right now, then you have an amazing opportunity to stimulate new growth, because it's a very new stimulus for your body. And that is, take those squats that are always heavy and start making them lighter and a lot more grueling. Delve into the 15, 20, and 25 rep ranges, and I promise you, if those legs haven't grown, they're going to grow every single time.
Yeah, that's damn true. I can tell you that.
So on top of that, though, those other exercises that you're doing, the lunges, Bulgarian split squat, those that have always been relegated to that end of the dumbbell rack, the 15s, the 20s, the 30s, start doing the opposite there. So start using the heavier dumbbells to do your Bulgarian split squats, and the heavier dumbbells or the heavier barbells to do the reverse lunges. And I promise you guys, the stimulus that you'll get will spark new growth in your legs every single time, guaranteed. Which brings us to tip number 3. And I think we got to go back to those lunges again.
You mean not doing lunges?
Well, no, doing the lunges, because I am a huge fan of lunges, particularly for me, reverse lunges, because they're easier on my knees. But if you're not lunging right now and not lunging heavy enough, then you are leaving a lot of gains on the table.
It's true.
So the benefits that this exercise provides are many. If you have any mobility issues at all, if you have ankle mobility issues that don't allow you to get deep enough, or if you have hip mobility issues, you're going to be able to drop that leg back, similar to the Bulgarian split squat, and not have those demands. Likewise, if you have back issues, low back pain, flexibility issues, you're not going to have the same thing here. So you are allowed to take away some of those restraints that might be biomechanically holding you back right now and unleash those better gains, because you're going to improve the overall mechanics on the move. Tip number 4 for getting those stubborn legs to grow is to look to an exercise you may have overlooked many times before, maybe even just chose to sit on it and do nothing else.
Well, it's a pretty damn comfortable seat if you ask me.
This is the glute ham raise, guys, and it's an exercise that you need to start incorporating if you haven't already. And you don't need a glute ham raise machine to do this. You could actually anchor your feet under a sturdy bench or even a couch at home and get the same benefit. The key here is that we're working the posterior chain as it's designed to work, leading with a glute contraction to stabilize the pelvis and then allowing the hamstrings to secondarily support that movement. It will overload you even with your own body weight, and then of course you can what?
You can load it with weight.
You're
Progressively
at that point already?
Yes. You know, take a plate, for me right now, it's 10 pounds.
10 pounds. Well, look, the fact is you can overload as you become more comfortable and stronger at the movement, but this movement here is one that you cannot overlook anymore. And of course, nothing is more taxing on your recuperative abilities than a hard leg day. And now, more hard leg days stacked on top of what we already talked about, because you'll be increasing your volume of leg training and you'll be increasing your intensity with what I've been showing you here today. What that has as ramifications is an impact on your ability to recuperate from those workouts, which means you better eat more and you better sleep more. You better eat better,
Yeah,
Jesse.
that's
Lako.
my problem. I don't eat as well as I should, and I don't eat nearly enough.
So have you given up the gummy bear habit?
Yes, actually, it's not every single day.
And
that
you
I'm eating
replaced it with Shake Shack.
Okay, that's not fair.
I see the bag. It says Shake Shack every day when it comes here. The fact is, guys, one of the things you might struggle with, like Jesse, he has a hard time eating a lot at a given meal. That's okay. Start small. Increase your meal frequency and just start small so that your stomach doesn't feel like it's too bloated, because that's one of your issues, right?
Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna throw up half the time.
Right, but if you, over time, as you start to adapt to that, you'll be able to stomach that. And then, of course, the sleeping part. That's been a challenge for you. You have all your head injuries. What's the sleeping like?
Sleeping's not great. I'm not very consistent with what time I go to bed or how many times I actually wake up in the middle of the night.
What's been the biggest thing, though, that's helped you lately? Because you have definitely slept better and got better recuperation. So what have you been doing there?
Well, I've been really, really tired from my leg workouts.
Well, I mean, it's sort of a built-in factor, but honestly, guys, prioritize your sleep. I know you said you've been going to bed a little earlier, too.
Yes, I have been.
So you try to just prioritize your sleep. If you know you're going to be a restless sleeper throughout the night, get in bed a little bit earlier so you can get more of that deep, restful sleep across the entire night. All right, guys, so remember, if you incorporate the tips and follow in Jesse's footsteps here, if Jesse can do it, anybody can do it.
It's
Look
true.
Can I show those legs again?
Yes, you
Look
can.
at those legs.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Man, the
right?
last time I saw something like that, it was sticking out of a nest.
Oh.
The fact is, guys, there is hope, especially for the hard gainers. If you got skinny legs, incorporate these tips, and I promise you they'll work. If you're looking for programs where we put it all together step by step, you can find them over at ATHLEAN-X.com. If you found the video helpful, if you're glad Jesse's here, again, back from wherever vacation he was on, leave your comments below. Let me know what I'm going to cover. And also, if you haven't done so, click subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video when we put one out. All right, guys, see you soon.